Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Um, this is something I've wanted to do for a while now. I wasn't sure if it would be a twit longer, or an article, or a video, but I think I've decided to make it a video. This is what Hearthstone means to me. I guess to get started, we talk about this game in the background. Unfortunately, I accidentally recorded this game really low quality. Um, but this is not what this video is about. But this was a pretty big game for me. This was my thousandth win with Priest, and I made sure to do it with Raz Priest, even though Raz Priest is really bad right now because Raz has a special place in my heart. When it got unnerfed, it was kind of around the start of my Hearthstone career, air quotes. I hit 28th Legend. It was day one, but I hit 28th Legend, which was the biggest and highest record I'd ever had in Hearthstone. Liliana, can you not? Sorry for the cats, guys. But that was the best rank I'd ever gotten up until the last month even. So Raz Priest has a special place in my heart. And this is my 1000th game with Priest, so sorry for the quality. Liliana. Sorry the cat's going off. I'm gonna be rambling. This is like super unscripted, but we're gonna just keep going. Despite the cat wanting to make noise. But yeah, so where to start? I guess Hearthstone isn't a perfect game by any means, especially at a time like this. It can feel a little hopeless. I've been playing the game since 2016, and in that time, I've grown a lot as a player. Over the past couple of years now, I've started to gain a small following. You know, we're small, but there's a little bit there. I have almost 250 followers on Twitter, 200 followers on Twitch, almost 2,000 unique views. We're a little startup, but you know, we're a community, and it means a lot to me being a part of the wild community. I think like more than I can really put into words. It's really humbling and nice to see how much this community actually cares about each other. I mean, the Hearthstone community as a whole, but I'm speaking more specifically about the wild community and how tight and close and caring everybody seems to be. Hearthstone for me has always been something I've kind of sunk myself into, especially during mental health crisis, because I struggle with mental health. And Hearthstone for me, particularly in a community that makes me feel like I belong, has been a place I can relax and be proud of my accomplishments and feel good at something, and that's something that I need, especially at a time like this, with everything going on in the world. 2 years ago, we're gonna get a little personal here, but 2 years ago I was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. This was after a suicide attempt, and I ended up in a psychiatric ward for a weekend. And this was on top of general anxiety disorder, depression, PTSD. I did not have like the best time growing up as a kid, and that kind of came with me to adulthood. And I'm 20 years old. I turned 21 in a couple of days almost now, actually. Next week, I believe. Saturday next week. August 21st, so it might have already happened by the time you're seeing this video. So I'm young, and I'm still learning. I'm learning to cope with something like borderline personality disorder is very difficult because it's nothing but extremes as far as your emotions go. There's no like middle of the pack. You're either extremely happy, you're extremely depressed, you're extremely angry. So when having difficulties. Hearthstone is something I find myself returning to time and time again, and not just the game itself, but its community, and not even just the sense of belonging, which the sense of belonging is nice, but also just the people that inspire me. People like Bat Mazel, Keith Numbers, so many other people I can name. Honestly, I'm gonna pull up my Twitter and look at more people to mention, because there's just, you know, the people in the LPG Discord, my THL team members, Sinister Me, Sicklad, Oddlaw, Chicken Drumstick, um, just so many people in this community that, Kappa, Copa, um, that just make me feel like I have purpose, and and it's times like this where like the meta's really bad that we can kind of have a negative outlook on Hearthstone, but at the end of the day, I think it's just important to remember the community. I think that's why we're all here, especially in Wild, where there's no incentive to play Wild like whatsoever. It is such a dead format, really. The devs don't seem to care that much about it, so it's down to the community and the way that we treat each other. Um, Even like I had some like dumb Twitter beef with Yada. Um, I made a dumb joke. He kind of shot back. I thought he was a little rude. It was like dumb kid stuff, like dumb Twitter beef. But um, he ended up raiding me yesterday, and it was the biggest raid I have ever had, and it was the biggest stream I've ever had. So I was really happy we resolved that, and we seem to be chill now, and I love that. I love being able to. Which there we go, 1,000 wins. Sorry, I'm rambling, but it's great that we can overcome something like that and come together as a community. Um, and the community has been a big support for me, and I just want to put as much as I can back into it. Um, which I'm trying. I'm kind of in a difficult spot in my life right now, which I. Sorry, this is just gonna be like a blank video now, as we continue to ramble on, because this game's over. I mean, I guess I could play it again as I continue to ramble on, so there's something going on in the background, maybe, if it wants to go. I don't know, now it doesn't want to go. Sorry, this video is like so unscripted and such a mess. I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh yeah, I want to support this community, which means streaming more and writing more. Unfortunately, in a place where the internet's great, so my streaming schedule's whack. But in the next coming months, I plan on fixing that. I plan on writing more. Hopefully, I can do it in a way where I don't, forget to take care of myself, because it's important to step back and take care of yourself also. Um, which is back to like the impulsivity and like really polarizing emotions that come with borderline personality disorder. I I spent money I probably shouldn't have putting back into the community. I had been off of work for a very long time, and the first paycheck I got, I'm sorry if you can hear that motorcycle in the background. Anyway, the first paycheck I got, I spent like 250 of it immediately on gifting subs to like every wild streamer I knew. Basically, I was going around subbing, gifting subs. It was the first thing that came to my mind, having money, which in retrospect was kind of negative on me. But it felt good to give back to the community. So that's something I need to work on, where I give to the community, but I don't do it at a cost that harms myself. It's about that balance. So we will give more back to community. I'm still probably going to give subs and, like, you know, give bits and stuff like that. Hopefully in the future it'll be not at a time when I'm tight on money and not money that I need. And we'll stream more. We'll get on stable internet in the next month or two. And I don't know. The video's been like nothing but ranting and rambling. But I wanted to talk and just give praise to this community and to the so many people who have been there for me on my off days. Because honestly, I don't think I'd still be around if I didn't get to Hearthstone and didn't talk and meet so many amazing people who've been willing to DM me and talk to me and, make me feel like I belong. Because a lot of time I feel like I don't belong. I feel lonely. And thanks to the community, I've been able to fight that feeling a bit. And it means more than I could ever express in words. Like, there's so much I want to say, but it's hard to, without writing it down and getting a script, like, say it all. But I wanted this to be genuine and from the heart. I didn't want it to feel scripted or robotic. I just wanted it to be you and me chatting over an important game, which I chatted longer than the game. And unfortunately, I recorded it in ass quality. But yeah, I guess the big thing is, be good to one another. Remember, we all love this format and we want what's best for it. And don't be afraid to reach out for help, because there are people in this community that care. There are people you can talk to. There's amazing people in this community, and that's what we gotta remember going forward, because I don't foresee Hearthstone dying anytime soon. Hearthstone's just gonna get bigger, which means WoW's gonna get bigger. That doesn't mean WoW's gonna be in a better place if they continue to neglect it. WoW's gonna get bigger, and there's gonna be more and more people joining us, and it's important to make them feel welcomed, and I think we do a good job at that. And yeah, a little bit of a spill, getting a little personal. I just wanted to thank everybody and tell you that I will certainly be working on giving back more, writing more, streaming more, maybe trying to make more videos. It's just, I'm in a rough patch in my life. Hopefully it'll be resolved in the next couple of months, and I don't know. I don't know if this will be a career or just a side hobby or maybe a part-time job or what will become of this, but I do know that I owe the WoW community my life. I mean that. I owe all of you a lot, and it means a lot. And I'm the kind of person that wants to give back, because that it only seems fair that this community has done so much for me and has given me so much purpose, and it only feels right that I give back to the best of my ability, even if that's making content, or if it's talking to somebody in the DMs, or just being on Twitter making dumb jokes. I don't know. As long as I can make people smile in this community and remind people that they belong and that we're family. And yeah, I don't know. I can keep going and rambling, but this is probably good. I'll see you guys more in the future.